Greetings and welcome to the, well, I'm not even really sure which episode this is, maybe the 34th episode of the Morrowind Wild Month series. But anyway, as always, I'm your host, Dark Elf Guy, and today we're going to be taking a look at the best mods of February 2018, as decided by you guys in our online poll. Now, February was a really active month for the community, with a lot of high-profile mods getting released, and in total, there were about 48 new mods released from Morrowind, including a few that were released exclusively on DeviantArt that probably went under the radar here. And after what was a pretty brutal round of voting, we've come down to our top 3, or as I should say, our top 4 mods of the month for February. Since we do have one honorable mention in today's episode, and there's some really great mods here as we'll see in a bit. But first, as always, down the links for all the mods we'll be taking a look at here today are down in the video description below, along with a new online poll for the best mods of March 2018, so do please remember to go out and vote. And with that out of the,
Greetings, honored butt munch.
Oh, sweet nine divines, no, just no, we're not doing this again. No more Blimdim, no more Blimdim ever again. Just shoo, get out of here, you pesky mud crab.
I fought Scribs more ferocious than you.
Yeah, for Pete's sake, by the nine divines, I really hate mud crabs, I really do. They're coarse and irritating and they get everywhere. But now with those shenanigans out of the way, let's get started with our mod of the month for February 2018, which this time around is MWSE 2.0 by the MWSE team and NullCascade. And this was by far and away the clear winner in our online poll, getting about a third more votes than any other mod released in February, and that's hardly surprising. And the Morrowind Script Extender has been an immensely useful resource for years now, making a ton of stuff that was impossible with the vanilla game engine, possible with modded content. And hundreds of mods over the years have used one version of MWSE or another to accomplish some truly innovative and exciting concepts. The fact that MWSE is still being worked on, added to, and expanded is just one of the great things that show the vibrancy and continued non-stop activity of this amazing community. But it is perhaps a bit of a hard mod to showcase because it's almost more of a resource really than an actual mod. So in order to showcase it, we're actually going to be using video footage from one of the mods that takes advantage of MWSE 2.0, the recently released MWSE 2.1 enchantment services by SV Engineer 99. And this will allow us to take a look at some of the newest functions added by the latest updates to the Morrowind Script Extender. And one of the new things here is the ability to add whole new services to NPCs. As you know, in the base vanilla game, NPCs could provide a number of different services like travel to other locations, training for various skills, spell making, enchanting, and item repair. And these service options were pretty much hard-coded into the game and couldn't be changed by, normal means. But now with MWSE 2.0, modders can now add, entirely new services to NPCs, and this has pretty much unlimited potential for modders to, just flex their creative muscles and add new gameplay elements. Like in the case of enchantment services here, SV Engineer has added 3 new services to the game, including item recharging, which allows you to recharge depleted items for a fee, scroll transcription, which allows you to make copies of magical scrolls, which is a really handy and a cool little feature here, all by itself, and scroll deciphering, which allows an NPC to decipher the spell work on a scroll, and to sell it to you as a new spell that goes into your, your magic library. And this is just scratching the surface of what's now possible with MWSE 2.0. There's a number of new functions included here, such as getting and setting ingredient effects, obtaining alchemy info through scripting, even getting the player's key binding set up. And this might not sound like a whole lot to players, but it's a massive boon to modders, and hopefully we'll see a lot more MWSE mods in the future taking advantage of these new features. And actually, there's already been another MWSE 2.1 mod that's been released that allows your player information, such as your level, character race, and where you are in the game, to be shown on Discord. Operating in a, fairly similar fashion to Fligerty's Census and Excise mod. There's also been massive performance improvements, so mods like the Bare Necessities, MWSE Containers, and MWSE Alchemy Filters no longer take as much of a performance hit, though obviously that's a bit difficult for us to showcase when our video recording is capped at 30 FPS. But I will say, I did notice an improvement on performance when playing with MWSE 2.0, and in any event, such an incredibly useful and important resource for the community, such as this, more than makes it worthy of being our mod of the month for February 2018. and whether you're a player or a modder, you should do well to upgrade your game to the newest MWSE 2.0. And moving on though, our second pick for the mod of the month is the Key Mod by Zobator. And this mod really does several things. It replaces all the keys in the game, adds new key models, also adds proper naming to some of the keys that previously didn't have names, and adds new icons for some of the keys as well. As you can see here from the inventory screen, this is sort of a continuation, or rather a complete overhaul, of the work that Dad Duke and Lurlock did back in 2005 with their original mods, Key Replacer and Key Namer, adding some, I think it's perhaps 50 key models to the game, so there's now a much larger variety of keys that you'll find, including unique models for some of the more quest-important keys that you'll come across during your adventures. And this is a pretty massive and important change, because in Vanilla Morrowind there were only, I think, maybe 2 or possibly as many as 3 key models, not counting the skeleton key, of course, so there really wasn't that much variety. Everything was either one type of key or another. And now, as you can see here, there's considerably more variety, with keys in all shapes and sizes. Some are small, some are large, others are thin and narrow, others are wide and fat, some are made out of iron, others are made out of stone, some are made out of gold or ebony, and a few are even made out of bones, which is, kind of interesting. This is perhaps a minor addition to the game, but it's a nice and immersive element, and makes it easier to, keep track of all the keys you collect on your adventures. And also makes it more fun to add keys to your collection, especially if you're a rabid key collector who likes to show off their rare and antique keys. And all this makes the Key Mod our second pick for the mod of the month, and is certainly worth taking a look at. Our third and final official pick for the mod of the month is Bethamez Reborn by RubberMan, and yes, I know I screwed up that Doomer name pronunciation again, just, ignore it, and let's move on. And to say the least, this was a really competitive pick. This mod only just barely managed to get ahead of High-Res Better Clothes and Vaughn Drunk PBR to claim the third spot in our online poll. Again, February was just an absurdly competitive month with a lot of high-profile mods like this, but one way or another, RubberMan managed to hold on to a third place setting in our poll, if only by 1 vote, and this is basically the newest mod in the Doom Rebirth project, which of course means it's available as both a standalone download and also as a part of the larger Doom Rebirth project, if you'd rather, have all the Doom Ruin overhauls in one package. Unlike most of the mods in the Doom Rebirth project, however, this is more of a straight-up dungeon expansion than it is a Ruin overhaul, adding a rather large set of new and atmospheric areas to explore, with the classic, sort of Skyrim-style lighting, and new assets that RubberMan is perhaps best known for. As you might expect with a buried Doom Ruin like this, these new areas combine old broken apart Dwemer corridors and rooms with various tunnels and caves, with lots of glowing mushrooms, waterfalls, and other, again, just, atmospheric bits of clutter. And as is typical of a RubberMan mod like this, there's not really a whole lot of fighting to do here, but there is now a bit more work involved in order to find a particular Dwemer book that's, associated with 1 or 2 quests in Vanilla Morrowind. It's not just lying out in the open anymore, you'll actually have to find where it's hidden. But I won't spoil everything, of course. Just suffice to say, this is another really excellent addition to the Doom Rebirth project, and that makes it a good final pick for mod of the month for February 2018. But wait, there's more. We do have one honorable mention in today's video, R0's Throbbing Meat, a Corprus meat replacer by R0, and we're covering this as a honorable mention as a sort of, consolation, since I did accidentally forget to include it in our mod of the month poll for February. Though that's not entirely my fault, mind you. Someone created the mod page in November, but didn't upload the actual mod until February. So it kind of fooled the Nexus mod database into thinking the mod was released in November, when it was actually released in February. But that's a minor detail. And what this mod does is replace the various Corprus meat chunks that you see in 6 house bases and strongholds with new models and textures. And yes, these meat chunks are, animated. So this meat throbs and pulsates, and yes, I'm aware of just how pornographic that all sounds. Hopefully this video doesn't get flagged by YouTube for inappropriate content. But anyway, you'll notice some of the larger meat chunks here actually have eyes and what appears to be like tiny mouths. And these eyes actually blink and move, and the numerous tiny mouths here in these chunks of meat will open and close or clench their teeth, which is all rather creepy and disturbing looking. Which I suppose just, kind of makes sense, because the 6th house is supposed to be a bit on the creepy side. And anyway, if you ignore the somewhat disturbing name here, this is a really nice and high quality throbbing and pulsating meat replacer, a sentence I never thought I would utter in my entire life. But anyway, it's really just a great visual upgrade for the Corprus meat bundles in 6 house bases. Again, like the Key Mod, this is a small but high quality little mod to just add to your game. And you know, that just makes it a great honorable mention here for our Mod of the Month for February 2018. And that wraps up this episode of the Morrowind Mod of the Month. As always, download links are down below, and don't forget to cast your vote for the best mod of March 2018. And we'll be back in about a month or so with another episode. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.